Welcome. Another week of The Guys Next Door, brought to you by Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. I'm Ron Arenas.
Yes, sir. And I'm Pastor John McLean. Yep.
Welcome back.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be back, man. We get to do this every week. Just think it, huh?
Yeah. We were blessed.
We are
Definitely.
blessed, for sure.
And we have our bases loaded today.
Yeah.
We have some fantastic people in the studio.
Someone on second, on third, rounding home. Yeah, we're ready to go.
So today with us, we have one of our sponsors, Jose Oliver, with Awakening Minds. How are you doing, Jose?
That is correct. Yeah, thank you, Ron. Yes, very excited to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
And we also have Pastor Toby Newnham.
I appreciate, being able to be here. Thank you so much.
And you're with Matthew 25.
Matthew 25 Mission is what we call it. Yeah, it's a nonprofit my wife and I started together. So
Nice.
Because, just being retired, you felt that you weren't busy enough, right?
That's right. Yeah, it's a lot of people say it, get retired and still stay busy, and but that's awesome.
So, Jose, tell us a little bit about Awakening Minds.
Yeah, thank you, Ron, for this opportunity to introduce Awakening Minds with your audience. So, John Maxwell has been called leadership guru for the longest, and a couple of his phrases, "Everything falls and rises on leadership," is one of the very most known phrase out there. The other one is leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. So if we combine these two, what does Awakening Minds do? We believe that influence is shown by behavior. It's not,
right.
Just by the book, reading a book. It's just the behavior that the leader has. So what we do at Awakening Minds, we provide the tools for entities. By the way, entities could be families, could be organizations, non-for-profit, profit organizations, that enhance behavior. Enhance is get better.
Right.
Get better. And that's what we do, provide those tools and help to implement them. And I make emphasis, help to implement, because it's a matter of the entity who receives the tools, how they want to really support this implementation.
Right.
Yeah, and I must speak to with Jose and his methodology, even though he's part of the John Maxwell, kind of like that school of thought and that grouping. And knowing him, in his past life, he was an engineer. So it's funny in talking about the work he does now. He does human engineering work.
Oh, okay.
Where he applies those skills that he had before to how does he apply that to an organization to make sure that it has those same pieces and are checking off those same boxes as he would have in his past life.
That is correct. Thank you for reminding me about my engineering background.
Yeah.
So sometimes with engineers, we are so squared that we want to say, if you want to hire somebody, just focus on the skills. And we forget on the soft skills of the human. And we now we believe that don't hire people for their hands only, hire them for their heads, for their hearts, and their hands. Of course, we need to get the job done.
Yeah. But that's one of the things that we look for when we're hiring is their character.
Exactly.
That's one of the main things. We can teach
Exactly.
someone how to turn a wrench, but their character is what counts.
Exactly. And that is our foundation, actually, character.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
Very good. Well, I'm glad you're here.
Thank you for inviting me, Ron.
And then you have a function coming up.
Yes, we have an upcoming event. I keep on saying February the 29th. We have one more day this year. What better than
lucky
investing?
extra day.
Yeah, lucky extra day this year. So we can invest that day enhancing our behavior, right? What I mean with this is, bottom line, we can get to hear from Mr. Maxwell. He has invited also Kendra Scott, Ryan Leake, Marcus Buckingham, these keynote speakers. What we do with these keynote speakers presentations, we make a roundtable as well, where we can support implementation of what we learn from these keynote speakers. It's going to be at the Sands Club at the U of A.
Right.
Once again, it's going to be an amazing day, the 29th, 8 to noon time, and then we have a lunch break, and then we have additional tools that we can provide after lunch.
Okay. And does someone have to be a member of the Sands Club to attend?
No, not at all. Not at all. Just go awakeningminds.llc.com and you will see it's basically a landing page, and you will see the very first or the second, should I say, link will take you to the event. And by the way, we have, because we are finishing this week with the San Valentine's on February the 14th, we extended the coupon to till today for 50% off.
Oh, wonderful.
From, to get access to this. Once again, it's not the ticket value. What matters the most is what you can get out of this investment as well.
Right, right.
And Friends is that
Friends, plural.
Friends,
Yes.
right? Friends plural.
Yes.
And then I'm glad you asked the question, Ron, about if you have to be a member to attend this, because the Arizona Sands Club is a membership club. So
Right.
unfortunately, you'll have to come to lunch with me or Ron if you want to actually eat at the amazing 4-star restaurant that they have there. And if you haven't been there before, some of the best views, amazing food. It's inside the U of A football stadium. So I say all that to say this event that Jose's putting on, it's not only an awesome informative event that's going to equip you with a whole bunch of tools that's going to help you grow in your life, but it's a very posh, bougie little event that you have going on. And I look forward to participating just in enjoying the accommodations.
Sounds good.
Right. Yeah. You'll want to come back once you go there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, thank you, Jose.
Yeah, thank you, Ron.
And then, so how do you purchase a ticket for the event?
Awakening Minds, LLC.com. It
Okay.
will take you to a second landing page, and you could see more comprehensive information about the speakers. Kendra Scott, how she started with $500. $500. Now her business is $1 billion. I mean,
wow.
and
With a
she's
B.
very young. A billion, yes.
Billion. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
$1 billion. Is Kendra Scott has a jewelry store throughout the states,
Mhm.
and once again, $1 billion, and she's only 50-year-old.
Mm. Interesting.
Yes, and Marcus Buckingham, Ryan Leake, his speech is called Chasing Failure. So who would say, I don't want to chase failure, but if you understand the thought process of chasing failure, the 10 different steps that he went through, and why he recommends chase failure so that you can reach success.
Mhm.
Very nice. Well, thank you again.
No, thank you, Ron.
Yeah. Pastor Toby,
Yes, sir.
I'm going to give you a little intro.
Okay.
All right. So Pastor Toby brought his family to Tucson in 1996 and joined a church as an associate pastor in 97. After 27 years of serving the Tucson and Marana area as a pastor of a few different churches, Pastor Toby retired. He's now running a nonprofit called Matthew 25 Mission and has an upcoming event, concert, and dinner.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, 27 years. If I could I give a shout out? It's our 40th
course.
anniversary
Oh.
today. So
Happy anniversary.
man.
yeah,
happy
Leslie and I
anniversary.
have been married for 40 years, and some people say, being a
So you
pastor-
guys got married at 15 years old?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
man.
Yeah,
Well, she was 15.
we people say that being a pastor is a tough gig, and it can be. But I'll tell you what, being a pastor's wife is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, she's
She
she's married to the
wouldn't
whole
tell you.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Mm.
yeah, but anyway, hey baby, I love you. Just wanted to shout out.
Nice.
We're gonna have a nice dinner a little later on, but
Well, perfect.
yeah,
Very nice.
40
Well, tell us
years.
about your event coming up on March 15th.
We're pretty excited about it. Yeah, it's coming up. It's going to be just very casual, very fitting, guys next door kind of thing. Where
Right.
that's how we that's kind of how we operate. But music, dinner from El Molanitos, and fun time, social. We're trying to raise a little money to send down to Ethiopia, basically.
Right.
So it'll be March 15th. Oro Valley Church of the Nazarene starts at 6:30. Going to open the doors about 6 o'clock. And a lot of people, we all used to kind of be a big church family. A lot of us are kind of going to different churches now, so we get to come back together. So there's that kind of family reunion thing
Yeah.
we get to
Mm.
do
Yeah.
together. Music that we get to have, great food. And one of the things that I think is pretty awesome, as often as I can, I've reached out to Terry Rosemo,
Right.
Marana city manager, and just old friend, and he's going to come be our keynote speaker that
Mm.
night. So
Fantastic.
yeah, most of our events have been pretty rock and roll and just playing on a hay wagon out in the. We're kind of actually sitting down for dinner this time. So.
Okay.
Mm. You have to wear
We're-
shoes this time. Sorry, bud.
Yeah, that's right. Got to wear shoes, and well, you don't have to. We'll
Yeah,
let you
okay.
in
That's
anyway.
fair enough. Good. Good. I don't want to.
But yeah, kind of like that.
Okay.
That's
very
cool.
good. Very
March
good.
the 15th.
March
March the
15th.
15th.
Yeah,
At the
March-
Church of Nazarene in Oro Valley.
yeah, that's right.
Nice.
And Matthew 25 Mission is, we were talking earlier in the lobby about Matthew 25. That's the place where Matthew recorded what Jesus said. And he was telling parables, and he went into prophecy and just had talked about, what we're supposed to be out there doing is
Right.
helping the poor.
Yep.
Mm.
And so that's what Matthew 25 generally is all about.
Mm.
All right. Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to break right now, and then when we come back, we'll talk more with Pastor Toby.
Absolutely. And if you guys haven't been to veteranrescuemission.org and checked out more information about the work that we do, as well as the different radio shows, The Guys Next Door, what do we got? Common Good Radio Show, Kiki's Best Friends, all of the amazing stuff that you can be part of, definitely in line with Matthew 25 and the work that they do. Certainly check it out. But we'll be back right after the break. This is The Guys Next Door. I'm Pastor John McClain here with Ron Arenas of Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, as well as Jose Oliver with Awakening Minds LLC. And we got Pastor Toby there in the hot seat, so you guys wait for more.
All right, and we're back. We're here with Pastor Toby from Matthew 25 Mission, talking about his upcoming event, March 15th at Oro Valley Church of the Nazarene.
Mm-hmm.
So how do people get tickets for that?
Well, we're selling tickets online. We have our website, which is mt25mission.com.
Okay.
We have it all set up that you can go there, and the button's right on the home page. It says benefit dinner, so
Perfect.
that's how you do it.
Yeah. And it's your band that's playing. It's Greater Red.
Yeah, Greater Red Band is all the years I was involved with church. I was involved with the music side quite a bit. So you meet a lot of people over the years,
Right.
guitar players and drummers and singers. And so in retirement, we have a band, and we stay pretty busy and keep it on. And yeah, we will be playing there, as well as just old friends that owe me favors or don't owe me favors are nice enough to come and do it. So it's a little bit like more of a variety show. Our band is going to anchor, but
Oh, okay.
we have some of my favorite singers coming in. Jeff Frizzell
Yeah.
coming in, Rob Kistler. And then Leah Martin has been singing with us since she's been 10 or 11 years old. She's
Oh,
more
wow.
a young teenager
Yeah.
now, but those names may sound familiar to some folks. But coming in, Mariel Ramos, who sings at Oro Valley. So yeah, it's a variety show.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've offered to do stand-up, but they said, nah,
You'd be so good.
let's not
Yeah.
have him do that.
You could just stand up there and tell stories.
That's right. Well, everybody from my past has heard the stories
Right.
over and over, and the jokes.
Mm-hmm.
I need new material.
So what kind of music would people expect?
Well, I call it faith rock, but it could be something that you've heard at church, or it may be something original that we've written.
Okay.
And one of the things I love, I'm a boomer, Ron, so I love rock and roll.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so selfishly, when I book the guests and the music, it's going to rock. It's going to be classic 70s, 80s rock with a positive message.
Perfect.
So
Nice. And something that really caught me, as you said earlier, I mean, and it's in Matthew 25, so I should have picked it up. And it's something that we don't hear enough. But, running a nonprofit myself, particularly one that locates homeless veterans, gets them to our shelter and connects them with housing, I've, for the past 15 years, at least of my life, I've known that the best way that I can serve God is by serving those that are in need. And I feel like it's lost, that idea that following Jesus, and the coolest part about having the powers of Jesus through him is helping those that are in need, because it was him that that healed the sick and that fed the hungry. And as you know as well as I do, being able to do that work is some of the most rewarding work of any type of work that you can do. So speak
Right.
to that if you can.
Oh, I'd love to. Yeah, one of the things with Matthew 25, and we may get into this story, but we have a connection with Ethiopia. We have a local man who lives down there.
Right.
And as I was explaining in the lobby, it's so grassroots, so just organic that it's kind of irresistible in the way that you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
He goes out to the remote villages, out to the agricultural places. Leslie and I love big organizations. We give, like probably you
Mhm.
guys do, to some of the best and biggest that help kids and
Mm-hmm.
poor people. But I realize when we give, it's a good thing to do, but you also realize it's going to a really large organization.
Mm.
Yeah.
And that's how they can reach so many people.
Mhm.
What I love about Matthew 25 is we're connected to one man who has a very small ministry,
Mm-hmm.
And he just gets up and eats his breakfast every morning and goes out and helps people.
Mm.
And we fund him. Matthew
Mhm.
25 is like the one source that he has.
Mm.
And he goes out to places where the bigger organizations don't tend to go.
Mm,
Therefore,
yeah.
as we were talking about, a lot of the people that he meets have never heard the name of Jesus. I
Mm.
mean, we sit here in our culture and we've heard it and known it, and some of us, you hear it in
Right.
different contexts
Mhm.
all the time, but we've all heard of Jesus. He goes out to places and gives them the hope and the love of Jesus Christ,
Mm.
and they've never heard it before.
Yeah.
Mm.
And that's pretty tangible and pretty exciting too.
Mm.
Right. You're saying that some of the villages he has to go by foot or he has to go by four-wheel
Yeah, it
vehicle?
is.
Yeah.
It's another thing, if you guys probably have traveled to other countries and you quickly see that in majority world countries, that's
Yeah.
that's
There's
the way it
no
is.
paved highways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
He's out there on
So,
dirt, muddy roads. Yeah.
Yeah, that's such an attractive ministry to me and to people I've talked to, because we raise the dough, we send it to him, and he sends us photos of this amazing stuff he's doing down there. And
Mhm.
people have gone from really life-threatening, dire situations, living under a tree,
Yeah.
and for just a little bit of money, we can raise in our man Tillahoon, we call him Tilly, will go out and build them a house. I mean,
Right.
you feel like a miracle just happened to you because this guy walked into your village and saved your life.
Yeah.
And Matthew 25 gets to fund that.
Mhm.
And selfishly, that's the kind of ministry you want to do.
Mhm.
What led you to Ethiopia?
Well, we kind of a lot of dots to connect, but we're a local church up on the northwest side, a Vision Church, and we had a family walk in, and they had adopted their daughter from
Mhm.
Ethiopia, and we just began a relationship, and it just felt like God made that connection. This family walked in, and from there it led to visiting down there, meeting Brother Tilly,
Yeah.
and he is I told you the other day, Ron, we were talking, if he were here in the States, I think he would be like a Craig Rochelle or a Stephen Furtick, or he'd be like a sought after, but he's in Ethiopia and very happy to be,
Right.
Mm.
but he is of that caliber and that character and has those kind of skills that he gets it done.
Mm.
And so once we met him and made the connection, I mean, the doors
just
have
went from
flown
there.
open
Yeah.
so much
Mhm.
on this that I can just feel God's hand on
Yeah,
it.
God will do that.
Yeah.
God will
Yeah.
do that for sure. Yeah, that's.
And you've been there a couple times doing some projects.
Yeah, we've went down 2016 and went back again 2018. One of my good buddies, Tim and Terry Osborne, are heading down there in just a
Right.
matter of weeks. So we keep our connection, hoping to go back again maybe next spring and touch base. And yeah.
An
Wonderful.
interesting question that comes to mind, particularly since I've never really been a pulpit pastor much. I definitely had to go do sermons at other churches over the years, but
Mhm.
my ministry's always, it started and it's been located in homeless veterans and connecting with housing.
Yeah.
How has that transition been, going from being a traditional conventional pastor to now this side of being the pastoral work that you do, which is mostly kind of helping out
It's
a ministry rather.
Yeah, I appreciate that question. It's a great one. You kind of step off a platform in the visibility that you have every week, and
Mhm.
so I think most human people go, I kind of miss that.
Mhm,
you know,
mhm, mhm.
you walk into rooms, a circle of people that used to kind of turn it your way and go,
Mhm.
hey, Pastor Toby, and now
Mhm,
I'm
yeah.
walking into rooms going, hi, remember me?
Mhm, mhm.
So on a personal side, that is a real adjustment. But the exciting part is, because of Matthew 25, it just feels like we're still, rocking and rolling.
Nice.
And my wife as well. She's involved with Matthew 25. But here's the thing that's exciting, like to put that word out. If you open your eyes, I mean, all of us, God will give you so much to do.
Mhm.
And I think we walk right by it many times.
Mm.
So as a retired pastor, I could be working 60 hours a week right now, just from the people God shows me and the
Mhm.
opportunities he shows me.
Mhm.
And we all have that.
Yeah.
I mean, we see it, grocery store, Starbucks, wherever we are. It's like,
Mhm.
there's something to do here. So
Mhm.
it's exciting. I feel like, yes, I'm retired, but, the significance because we're all called to be ministers,
Right.
is still out there if you go for it, So I love being retired. I have more time to do other things, including the Matthew 25. So
Right. And you're a talented musician and singer. Are you writing any new music?
yeah, we keep writing and recording a little bit, and we get an opportunity as the Greater Red Band goes out and plays where we can try stuff out on people, and
Oh,
it's
good.
faith rock stuff. What I love is, again, I'm a rock and roller, so my soapbox here. I see churches moving. I love the music I hear at churches. I
Mhm.
love it.
Right.
But they seem to be moving more away from, 3 verses and an instrumental and a bridge and a,
Yeah.
Mm.
But I'm an old boomer, old rocker. That's what I like. So we're still writing, still playing that kind of stuff.
That's
Great.
cool.
Where could people find your music?
We've recorded and put out on Spotify a Greater Red album, which
Okay.
is there. Gray 2 Red is spelled gray with the number 2 and red after. But I also have one that we did back in earlier, just
Mhm.
under Toby Noonan. That's
Right.
on Spotify. So there's a couple albums out there.
Well, perfect. Well, I mean, I've pretty much been with you for the whole 27-year journey that you've had, and we've
That's cool.
worked side by side on many, many projects.
A lot of events, a lot of projects, a lot of hot dogs.
A lot of hot dogs. Yeah.
You guys brought out to events, which we appreciate.
We used to do a backpack event every July, and
Yeah.
and we would grill the hot dogs. Picture Rocks Cooling would grill the hot
Yeah.
dogs.
So he's
Yeah.
been your pastor over the years, huh?
Mhm. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I thank you, Pastor Toby, for helping shaping the character of this man right there. For
Well,
sure.
yeah, we go back quite a ways.
We do.
The kids were either little or not even here yet. when
Right.
you-
Yeah. Yeah.
you and Janae
97 was
started
when
up.
my first one was
Yeah.
born. So
Yeah.
yeah.
But I'll say about Ron is he always seems to have understood when we were doing more church anchored events,
Right.
whether it be something for a holiday, or, you knew that you could contribute by bringing the folding table and the hot dogs, and it just needed, and it upped the level of enjoyment for everybody. But,
Yeah. Just
yeah,
roll up your sleeves and
you
get it done.
You get it. You get what we're doing. So it's
Mhm.
awesome.
Well, thank you for being here, Pastor Toby.
Yeah.
Well, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Awakening Minds LLC, R&R Mini Roll-Offs, and Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing. Pastor John?
Is this the? I'd say this line at the end. Is that the line you're going to say? Or
That was
I'm
the
gonna
line
say-
I was going to say.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
so yeah, we definitely want to thank all of our listeners for listening in. Tune in every Sunday at 4 on 1030 The Voice. Also listening live on KVOI.com. Go to veteranrescuemission.org to find out more about this show, Kiki's Best Friend, the Common Good Radio Show, the Tucson Tasty Show, as well as go to picturerockscooling.com if you
Right.
have cooling, heating, and plumbing needs. I personally use them, so I highly suggest them. I don't say that because I'm biased. I actually use them, so give them a call.
Very good. We also have a YouTube page if you want to check us out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So every day is a new opportunity and blessing. Make the most of every day. Join us next week.
Yeah, and keep your shoes on.